Welcome to Only Amazing 10. Please, like, and subscribe.
Versions of everyday things. Is there anything more nauseating than seeing a normal, everyday object remade with added diamonds and covered in gold, quadrupling the value without adding any practical value? Okay, maybe a lot of things are more nauseating, but you have to admit it's pretty gross. If this list proves one thing above all else, it's that there's no amount of money that can but good taste. But $2.2 million will buy you a dildo.
Number 10. Can't talk, I'm rich, iPhone.
What? You've still got your old iPhone 6? Geez, get an upgrade, is not what you'd hear if you had this ridiculously expensive phone. If owning an Apple product wasn't enough of a prime example of crass consumerist peacockery already, why not get one slathered in 24-karat gold, a platinum handset and a gigantic pink diamond plonked on the back? Oh right, the price tag. Falcon, purveyors of luxury crap, released the Supernova iPhone Pink Diamond and sold a grand total of 2 units, that the author is aware of. One was sold to the wife of India's richest man and another to co-owner of cricket team the Mumbai Indians, Nita Ambani, just 2 units sold. That's a pretty poor sales team, until you realize that this netted Falcon a cool $97 million. Add to this the fact that they probably sold more than 2 in reality. Most buyers would probably want to keep the fact they own a $43.5 million near obsolete phone on the down low. This is a great example of an overly blinged item that'll soon be as useful as a mink fur covered mini-disc player.
Number 9. Super posh for battle, armor.
Do you get for the guy who has everything? How about some pangolin scale armor that has been lacquered then gilded? That'll probably suffice. This amazing, if totally impractical, feat of crafting was presented to King Edward VII of England during his tour of India by the Maharaja of Desha. Replete with gold, precious turquoise and gilt copper sections and ornately carved horny scales, this coat is one of the least usable defensive garments one could imagine, short of a black powder hat in a flamethrower fight. It's simply too beautiful. Scale and lamellar armor have been employed by many cultures over the millennia, from the Scythians to the Japanese. The overlapping scales that mimic animals like reptiles and fish were an effective choice before metallurgical technology advanced enough and firearms gained greater prominence, making all armor save steel plate all but obsolete. This coat of plates didn't simply mimic animal scales, they were actual animal scales. One well-aimed crossbow bolt and old King Eddie would be toast. Given that this was 1876 and not 876, he wouldn't so much as watch a battlefield from a great distance, let alone fight on one. Still, it's very pretty, isn't it?
Number 8. Fit for a queen bitch, dog collar.
Collar has 52 carats of diamonds. Most dogs would probably be happier with 52 carats. Made by I Love Dogs Diamonds, the necklace, I refuse to keep referring to this as a collar, given that there is seemingly no place to engrave your furry friend's name and address, costs an eye-watering $3.5 million. The only way to justify this would be to hand this out as the main award for 2021's World's Ugliest Dog Champion. Given that this year's competition was cancelled, it's the least they can do.
Number 7. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, for real this time, dildo.
Dildo. There are many ways a person can have fun on their own. Adding diamonds onto stuff instantly makes it a luxury item. So how can someone have fun by themselves with a luxury item? Correct, a diamond-encrusted dildo. This regal-looking sex toy took 15 years for Australian jewellery designer Colin Burns to piece together. He is quoted as promising a $1 million orgasm to the lucky lady who gets to use it, costing nearly 3 million Aussie dollars. You'd hope for at least 2. If the multitude of diamonds and sapphires that adorn the outside weren't fancy enough, the dildo also comes with an inbuilt pearl necklace. Ahem. Great care should be taken when operating this shiny lady pleaser. Diamonds are beautiful, but also the hardest natural material. One spasm-induced slip-in, well, there's no need to draw a picture here.
Number 6. There's no place like my mansion, slippers.
Slippers. Many people take great pleasure in popping on some snuggly slippers to chillax and veg out after a long day at work. With these gaudy attempts at movie nostalgia, we can assume that the wearer would be walking on eggshells rather than basking in comfort. Inspired by the 50th anniversary of the iconic Wizard of Oz movie in 1989, jeweler Harry Wilson decided to recreate the iconic ruby slippers. Instead of dainty little red sequins, Wilson added dainty little rubies, 4,600 of them. The total carat value of the shoes comes in at a whopping 1,350 in rubies and 50 carats of diamonds for good measure. Cost of the original props from the movie at auction $612,000. Cost of these 1980s shiny repros $3 million. Provenance be damned, bling is king.
Number 5. Always look good, corpses.
Corpses. Whenever you get a cold sore or a bad case of dermatitis, it's a struggle to go out in public. Indeed, many people will feign illness or a prior engagement to avoid leaving the home if they get a pimple on their nose. Imagine being seen with your skin, fat and bodily fluids putrefying and oozing all over the place. Mortified. Well, these early Christian saints knew how to combat this affront to good grooming. In 1578, priests in Rome discovered a whole bunch of skeletons in some forgotten catacombs under the city. Due to the destruction of relics all over Europe during the Protestant Reformation, these skeletons, believed to be martyred Christians, were dressed up in bright, bejeweled garb and distributed to ravaged churches all over the continent. These skeletons prove that bling is eternal, holy even. So you'd better go buy a diamond grill that reads, CLA $Y, and 4 Rolexes, 1 for each limb, so you can be buried with them and you'll then end up in heaven.
Number 4. Stop you from getting sick whilst making you feel a bit sick, face mask.
Face mask. Nothing screams late-stage capitalism like facing a worldwide pandemic wearing a diamond-studded face mask. That's not saying capitalism is coming to an end per se, but according to this guy the first no, some disease is apparently on its way to ending the world. I don't read the news, but he seems legit. I saw him read a book once, so yes, capitalism will end, along with everything else apparently. Except Twinkies. If you want to face down the all-consuming miasma and still look catwalk ready, why not get yourself a diamond-studded face mask? According to data from the CDC, the WHO and the Kim Jong-un Polytechnic University, however, the wearing of a $1.50 diamond-studded face mask is only effective at keeping you and others safe if everyone around you is also wearing a $1.50 diamond-studded face mask.
Number 3. Down and out and back and again. Then out again. Then back. Council Flat.
Council Flat, once found on an abandoned housing estate in Southwark, London, near Elephant and Castle. This glittering art installation that looked like a colonic performed by Dr. Swarovski used to be a humble council flat, one of many on the estate. Artist Roger Hirons got his hands on the place. He pumped it full of 75,000 liters of copper sulfate solution. On top of probably killing every single rat, woodlouse and cockroach that had made the abandoned flat their home, the result was that the whole space was turned into exactly what it must have looked like inside Elizabeth Taylor's mind. The work is called Seizure. Quite. The estate has since been demolished and this magical work of art gone forever. Not the gaudy crystal-lined interior. No, that monstrosity was saved by the Arts Council collection and is now on display at the Yorkshire Sculpture Park. I meant the gorgeous housing estate with all its beautifully drab, bleak beiges, browns and grays, alas, gone forever. That was the real hidden gem.
Number 2. Shots. Shots, shots, shots. Fancy tequila in an even fancier bottle.
I think most of us need a stiff drink given how nuts 2020 has been. A quick nip of tequila before turning the news on has probably become a daily ritual for many folks across the globe. But instead of pouring yourself 3 fingers worth of Mexican gut rot into the swilled-out measuring cap of a bottle of fabric softener, why not simply buy a bottle of Pasión Azteca by Tequila Ley? For $3.5 million, that's enough to buy a dog collar. The bottle is made from platinum and white gold, covered in 6,400 diamonds. The tequila housed within the bottle is blend of 100% agave, 42% proof, 3, 6 and 9-year-old tequilas from the Los Altos de Jalisco plantations, the world's premier location for tequila making. Alternatively, you could always get some potatoes and let them rot in a disused bathtub for a while before skimming off the liquids and sipping it through a Nesquik straw. Both tipples will have pretty much the same effect on you. One probably tastes a bit nicer, though. The other may turn you blind.
Number 1. Bling your eyes, contact lenses.
Okay, these absolutely pointless accoutrements scream late-stage capitalism more than the diamond face mask. They serve no function other than to get people to go, Wow, look at your eyes. Sparkly. Only for you to answer, yes. They cost $15,000. You may as well staple a wad of Benjamins to your forehead. Cash hats. Hands off Kanye. There is not a huge amount one can say about these sparkly contact lenses, save that they're expensive and look a bit weird when worn. Perhaps that makes this entry the most apt on his list. Gaudy, blingy and oh so needlessly fancified. Congratulations. 10 most expensive and delectable desserts.